For a long time, I lived in an illusion. I was someone who always played by the rules, fervently believing that if I was honest, diligent, and kind, the world would reciprocate. I waited to be rewarded for my good behavior, but instead, I only watched. I watched as those less intelligent than me took what I considered my own, how the arrogant defeated the talented, and the loud-mouthed drowned out the wise. The moment I stopped feeling sorry for myself, I saw the true mechanics of this world. It's cruel, but it's real. The world doesn't reward those who expect justice. The world belongs to those who dare to set their own rules. The first thing you must kill within yourself is the expectation of justice, because it's a fairy tale for those being prepared for the slaughter. While you're waiting to be treated fairly, your opponent is calculating moves that have no room for pity. I've learned one simple thing. When you forgive disrespect, you're not showing nobility, you're showing weakness. People are simple creatures, and if you let them walk all over you, they won't thank you. They'll just buy shoes with harder soles. So stop seeking the moral high ground and start seeking a strategic advantage. Many confuse ruthlessness with hysteria, but that's a mistake. True cruelty is absolute ice. Before, when I was offended, I'd flare up, argue, giving my enemies my energy. Now I know that emotions are just data. When someone tries to humiliate you, your rage is exactly what they're looking for, so don't give it to them. Approach the situation the way a surgeon looks at a patient, without anger, without resentment, only with cold calculation. Ask yourself, which move of mine will bring the greatest result and inflict the greatest damage on their status? Your silence and disdainful gaze hurt more than any scream. Like you, I wanted to be loved, to be convenient, to be one of the guys, and that's precisely why no one took me seriously. The truth is unpleasant, but respect is infinitely more important than sympathy. People love those who are safe, and they respect those who can be dangerous. You don't have to be a tyrant, but people need to feel that your kindness has teeth, and that your no is a wall that can't be breached. Stop trying to please everyone. Start creating a deficit in yourself so that people fear losing your favor and not you theirs. I've seen people make the same fatal mistake. They make hundreds of little warnings, whine and wag their fingers, but that's a dead end. If you decide to act, don't threaten, act. If you strike a blow, psychological, social, or career-related, it must be such that the enemy will be left without the strength for revenge. Never wound an enemy's pride, even slightly, for that will only embitter them. Either leave them alone or crush them utterly. Your actions should be rare, but final. The world is lazy, and people have no time to discern who you really are. They only see the mask you wear. I used to think the truth would find its own way, but that's foolish. If you don't control the narrative about yourself, your enemies will write it, and believe me, in that narrative, you'll be the villain. Manage perception. Dress like a winner before you win, and speak like a leader even if no one is following you yet. People believe their eyes, not their essence, so create an image that makes them bow their heads, and reality will follow suit. And remember, the loudest person in the room is always the weakest, because they are trying to prove their worth through noise. True power loves silence. Look at the real players. You don't know their plans. You only see the results of their actions when it's too late to change them. Be unpredictable. Don't reveal your cards to your friends, and don't boast about your plans. Build your empire in the dark, and let your victories, not your words, be your statement. Everything I've just said may repulse you because you were taught to be different, taught to be a convenient cog in someone else's machine. But now you have a choice. You can forget that and return to the fold, expecting a handout from fate. Or you can accept the cold truth. No one will come to save you. Your power, your influence, your life, they are your responsibility alone. Stop being the righteous one in a game where there are no rules. Become the player who writes the rules themselves. The choice is yours.